What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another character rank up video. Alright, so we're going to be ranking up Iron Hammer in this video here. As you can see, I do have quite a few bios for him. I gave him my 2 rounds of Shadowland selectors, and then whatever ones I had gotten for login bonuses, so ended up getting about 820 bios for him, which is quite a bit, so we're definitely going to just be ranking him up with biometrics here, so I'll save all of my tickets for other characters that are a little bit harder to get, so let's go ahead and get started here. So I'll go ahead and get him to 2 stars, very good. I might use a 5-star selector on him just because, or a ticket on him just because I think I still have a lot of those. I'll check when we get there, because those are the ones we always get as kind of compensation rewards for maintenance and stuff like that. Yeah, I still have 6 of them, so I might as well use one of them. Why not? Save the bios for ranking up his gear, and then also, of course, I can always use extra bios on leveling up characters to level 70. Alright, last one. Here we go. And boom, got him to 6 stars. Very nice. Really happy to see them finally add some more universal characters into the game. We've definitely been lacking on the universal characters, so it's really nice to have some more of them. So Iron Hammer here is definitely going to get some use probably on my roster here, because I'm always looking for universal characters in Shadowland. So let's go ahead and finish him up. And then, of course, also I like the universal characters because they do help for World Boss Ultimate to get you some Valor once you get them to Tier 2. And, of course, I'll be getting him to Tier 2 probably pretty quickly because we have a lot of bios left over, I think. Let me see, how many bios do we have left over on this guy? Let's go over to the gears. And, oh, we've got to get these leveled up. Oh, we got to level him up first, actually. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Well, actually, no, let's go for the ISO 8 set here. I like to try to roll the first few rounds of these on camera here, and then if we don't get anything, I'll just cut back to when he's fully kind of leveled up and we've got him going. And no, we don't want Smart Raccoon. We want an attack-based set. Probably Power the Angry Hulk or Overdrive. Didn't really look to see if he had any attack speed buffs on any of his skills. I don't think he did, so pretty much either of those sets would be perfectly fine here. Let's see if we get anything from this round. Alright, one more round and then I'll just go ahead and cut back to when we have them all finished up. And it looks like nothing. Alright, so I'll be right back once we get him all finished up with the ISO 8 set and leveled up. Alright, and we are back. So I got him all leveled up and ready to go. I did get an ISO 8 set on him. We ended up rolling Power the Angry Hulk, which is nice. And we got it activated with just some 4-star ISO 8s. I didn't put anything too crazy on him right now. And then for the Obelisk, I ended up putting a crit damage, lightning damage with a damage proc. I do like having these particular stats. It's really nice having the crit damage on top of the lightning damage. And then I do like having a damage proc on him. Too bad I just had only a 4-star Obelisk laying around. I didn't have like any other lightning damage Obelisk laying around anywhere in my inventory. So this is pretty much the only option I had for him. Which it is still a nice Obelisk because it's got a 32.5% lightning damage, which is just really high, so I definitely like that. And then 28.9% crit damage is definitely pretty solid as well. The only thing is we only have a 120 proc, but I can live with it because I'll probably be mainly using him in like Shadowland and that kind of thing. But either way, this Obelisk will do for now, and of course if I roll a better one in the future, I will put that on him. But he does not need immune to guard break because he does have super armor when you tier 2 him, so you will not need to have immune to guard break, so you don't really need to prioritize that. Just prioritize the lightning damage and whatever stats after that you would like to build your Iron Hammer for. I like the damage proc route, but you can still go with invincibility if you would prefer that with him, because he is a pretty good counter for anyone that has lightning damage and does not have kind of pierce or penetrate, because he is immune to lightning, which is really nice. If we go over to his skills here, which we did level up quite a few of his skills. For the first skill, we leveled it up to get that extra shock damage. For the third skill, we leveled it up to get, again, that extra shock damage and that HP recovery, which is really nice. It gets a 5% HP recovery every 5 seconds, so that's really nice. And then here it is on his passive. He's a 100% chance to become immune to lightning damage, so very nice. And then we leveled up his 4th skill as well to get that additional stack for the all defense. It goes up to 50 or minus 50% once you finish leveling up the skill, and of course also to get that 100% chance to be immune to all damage. It only starts at like a 60% chance, so you definitely want to level this skill up to get that 100% chance. And then the 5th skill we leveled up because we get that increased lightning or increased shock damage, and also that stack goes up to minus 35% for the all defense, which it doesn't start at that, so leveling up the skill is nice to get the extra stacking bonus opposed to what they used to do, which was just increase the amount that it decreases all defense. Now they seem to want to increase the amount that it stacks. But anyway, that's going to be for the skills. And then his tier 2 passive is going to apply that super armor that I was talking about, so you will need to tier 2 him to get the super armor. So if you have him at tier 1 and you don't have immune to guard break on him and you're wondering why he's getting guard broken, it's because you do need to tier 2 him to get that. And his tier 2 is pretty nice because it increases his skill damage 32%, bonus 15%, and then increased lightning damage by 40%, which is really nice. So he has a pretty solid tier 2. I definitely like that. And then he has a nice unique leadership here. He gets three buffs on his leadership, which is pretty cool. So you decrease all skill cooldown by 24%. Again, that's kind of like Tony Stark's deal. Iron Man has that on like pretty much, well, there's only one Iron Man in the game, but Iron Man has that leadership, so really nice. And then you get a plus 15% to energy attack, which is, again, it's not a huge boost, 15%, but it's pretty nice to have on top of the skill cooldown. And then also the lightning damage by 15%. So if you're using a lightning damage character, like if you're using his own leadership for himself, then he's going to get overall a 30% increase to his attack because all of his skills are lightning damage, as you can see here, which is pretty nice. And then the skill cooldown is useful for kind of like newer players in the game, and he is a farmable character, so you can farm him up with selectors from like Shadowland and things like that. So if you're lacking skill cooldown on your cards, you can use him as a leader and you still get a damage boost as well. So it could be very useful for the later Shadowland stages if you're struggling with that. So that's something to keep in mind. Besides that, that's what we leveled up there. And if we go over to our gears here, as you can see, we actually had enough leftover bios to get his gears to all 20s, which kind of surprised me. So it took me 300 bios to get him, to get all of his gears finished up, or 299 if you want to be completely accurate, because as you can see, I have 61 bios left over, and I had 360 bios after ranking him up. So I had 360 bios when I started leveling up his gears, and now I have 61 left over. So I got pretty lucky. Only 5 of the rolls out of all 4 gears were over a ×10 multiplier. So yeah, I'd count that as pretty lucky. So anything under 300 bios or around 300 bios is definitely really a good time for the gears. I will take that anytime. But we're not going to be tier 2ing him in this video. That's going to be a separate video. We are going to just be trying him out at tier 1 right now. So let's go ahead and hop over to a little bit of gameplay and see how he fares. Alright, so here we are at Shadowland. We have floor 5, and we're just going to be doing one of the rumbles here. We have the Hulks, which is one of the more difficult rumbles, but we are only on floor 5. Figured this would be a okay place to try him out, just because that's just where I'm at right now in Shadowland. So let's go ahead and hop right in and see how well he can do, because he is universal, so you don't have to take a blast type here. He should do just fine, because universal characters will work on all stages, as long as there's not like the female or male tag, or the villain / super villain. So something you want to keep in mind actually is for that channeling skill right there, the 4th skill. You don't get that immunity until after he's finished throwing his hammer right there. So once the hammer is kind of across the screen, then you get your damage immunity. So right here, no damage immunity, then boom, as soon as he launches that, he gets the damage immunity. So we are still doing, of course, reduced damage because he is not a blast type, but as you can see, his damage is still just fine to take care of this stage here. So overall, it looks like he's going to be a pretty nice hitter as well. Like his DPS seems pretty good, especially since you can augment it with lightning damage on your obelisk. So definitely looking forward to using him in World Boss Ultimate when I tier 2 him, which is going to be coming very shortly after this video, because as you saw, I did get all of his gears to 20. Just wanted to do this rank up video first to give my kind of initial impressions of him at tier 1. And at tier 1, he does look like a very powerful character, so if you're need another character for Shadowland or something like that, even at tier 1 he should do just fine for you, because this was a stage where he wasn't even having full advantage on, and he was still able to clear it in just 55 seconds. It was his own leadership, and it was against the Hulks, which can be quite annoying to deal with. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that. His skills keep him protected well enough. Like I said, you just want to keep in mind about that 4th skill, that you don't get your damage immunity until after he throws his hammer away. So that can be something you want to especially keep an eye on when you're doing World Boss Ultimate, where the enemies won't get stun locked or guard broken from kind of the spins with the hammer before he throws it away. But anyway, that's just going to be a first look at here at Iron Hammer. Definitely an interesting character, and I think he's worth the bio-selectors, because he does seem like a powerful character at that, and definitely worth tier 2ing, which, like I said, will be very shortly after this video. So that's going to be it for this one, though. I hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.